Good morning, everyone. It's 9:30, so I'll go ahead and get started. My name is Austin Talbot, and I'm a SOC analyst with WAPAC Labs. Today's threat brief contains information gathered from open source and WAPAC Labs collections over the last week. For the agenda today, we're going to briefly discuss recent reporting, open source and social media, 7 days of trending, including the latest APT activities, botnet activity, cloud security, blacklist, and keylogger activity. First up is recent trending, including cryptic Trojans. Over the past few weeks, the WAPAC Labs SOC has observed a number of variations of cryptic Trojans affecting multiple SOC clients, including a high-profile engineering company. The different variations of the cryptic Trojan have been observed can be seen on the slide here. WAPAC Labs has observed the devices infected include laptops and servers. The cryptic Trojan is a typical Trojan virus that can enter a user's machine via an infected installer or spam email and then acquires administration rights to the user's machine. The Trojan can then make registry changes, which allow the file to execute each time the machine is booted. This is a persistent infection and one that is hard to detect without antivirus software such as the cryptic Trojan deletes its executable after infiltration. The cryptic Trojan can also log keystrokes and capture screenshots, and users' personal data can also be exfiltrated out of their device to third parties via RC4 encryption. With the right antivirus software, these types of malware infections can be identified and quarantined before they have the chance to spread. The WAPAC Labs SOC is continuing to investigate these infections to determine their attack vectors. To keep your company safe, WAPAC Labs recommends keeping your antivirus databases up to date with your intrusion prevention systems. If you have any further questions regarding the cryptic Trojan, please feel free to contact us at feedback@wapaclabs.com. In cyber news over the last 7 days, we see a change in the threat actors topping the list. This week, we see Fancy Bear at number 1, APT34 Oil Rig in second place with Injector Team, Zero Virus, and MageCart in the following spots. Fancy Bear is a Russian-based cyber espionage group that uses phishing messages and spoofed websites to harvest credentials. Their targets consist of entities in multiple sectors across the globe. APT34 Oil Rig is a threat group with suspected Iranian origins that has targeted Middle Eastern and international victims since 2014. The group has targeted a variety of industries, including financial, government, energy, chemical, and telecommunications. Injector Team is a hacker collective that has been around since 2003. The purpose is to collect and distribute a wide variety of exploits. MageCart is a group of credit card skimmers operating since 2015 who have been responsible for stealing customer financial data from a number of high-value targets like Ticketmaster and British Airways over the past few years. Targeted industries have changed a bit this week. We now see finance, software, and information technology topping the list, and we now see the social network industry rounding up the number 5 spot. For malware this week, we see WannaCry taking the first spot, followed by Stuxnet, Ryuk ransomware, Monarchy, and MyDoom. WannaCry is a ransomware worm that famously and rapidly spread through a number of computer networks in May of 2017. Stuxnet is a malicious worm known for targeting programmable logic controllers. Ryuk ransomware is ransomware that is specifically crafted to target enterprise-level systems and has been used by the cybercrime group GrimSpider in the past. Lastly, MyDoom is a computer worm that targets Microsoft Windows systems and was first discovered in early 2004. Top cyber stories in social media and open source this week include the governor of Louisiana declaring a state of emergency after 3 local school districts fell victim to a wave of ransomware infections, as well as Marcus Hutchins, who was instrumental in stopping the WannaCry ransomware outbreak of 2017, receiving no jail time for the charges he was facing. Hutchins was arrested in 2017 after being found to be linked to the creation and distribution of the popular banking Trojan known as Kronos. Hutchins has reportedly been sentenced to 1 year of supervised release after the judge felt his actions in helping to stop WannaCry outweighed his charges. Also trending this week was a story discussing how a ransomware attack left some residents of Johannesburg, South Africa without power. At this time, the government has not provided any details on the type of ransomware virus which crippled the city power company, or if the company has a backup for any of the critical files which were encrypted by the malware. Last week, we recorded approximately 800,000 indicators. These collections included our threat recon, keylogger, malicious emails, and our sinkhole traffic. The numbers on this slide show the indicators in the respective collections. These indicators are available to paid Red Sky Alliance members weekly, as well as our blacklists, which come in CSV, Fortisim, and Proofpoint formats. These are APT and botnet indicators collected last week. We had 587 unique APT indicators in the past 7 days. This amount is up almost 500 unique indicators from last week. You can use your two-factor authentication to log into CTAC to download the APT indicators discussed today. Please contact us on Slack or via email for any assistance. Topping the list again, this week we see Sikipot and Maudi APT. Also included this week are Mirage and Tabsi Tang with less unique indicators. Botnet activity over the last 7 days remains fairly consistent with prior trending. 31 Jinrong Street is still the strong leader with the national internet backbone for India following in the second spot. The open source data regarding the top spot correlates with the data observed in our collections, with 31 Jinrong Street as the leader, but we have China Unicom coming in at number 2. On the cloud security front, we still see the same culprits as last week. Amazon continues to be the highest risk environment, followed by Peak 10, and TierPoint is still a caution risk environment this week, and ONR has moved up from lower risk to a caution risk environment this week. Our blacklists are published weekly. On the right-hand side, you can see some of our keylogger stats. Last week, we observed 45,077 connections from unique IP addresses to WAPAC Labs single domains. Free Red Sky Alliance members receive Terraline products, and paid Red Sky Alliance members receive complete blacklists and API access. For members that are not set up to ingest intelligence, Trusted Internet is the managed security service provider, and we use Fortinet and Proofpoint products to push intel and defend customer networks. If you have any questions regarding the topics briefed today, please get in touch with us at info@wapaclabs.com. I want to thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.